The biggest challenge we face when dealing with emotional and binge eating is to stop trying to control what we eat. Most emotional eaters believe that if they were to put no restrictions on their diet, they would probably eat themselves silly and gain a whole bunch of weight. Or they also believe that this strategy of no restriction might work for some people, but it definitely wouldn't work for them. There are books that talk about and explain what restriction does to our mind and body. But then there are other books which promote establishing some sort of rules when it comes to our eating. The question you have to ask yourself, what kind of food freedom do you want? Do you want to commit to strict rules that you are going to have to follow for the rest of your life? Not being able to have a birthday cake, not being able to have treats in a house because of temptation, or enjoy food with your friends and family without having to worry about what's on the menu? Or do you want to have food freedom with the ability to choose food that makes you feel good and satisfied and also control how much you eat? Hi, my name is Lucia Veracruz, and in today's training video I'm going to talk about how to stop dieting without gaining weight. There are people who binge and overeat even if they have never been on a diet, and then there are also people who are binging because of dieting. Now let's start with the first group, people who never restricted themselves and have 10 or more kilos to lose. So if you fall into this category, and even if you have a lot of weight to lose, you are going to have to stop thinking about which foods you shouldn't be eating. Even if eating a lot of sugar, carbs and fats is not recommended for your health condition. Because if all your attention goes to what you shouldn't be having, then that is exactly what you will want to have most of the time. You will need to shift your focus on what do you get to have to really heal and nourish your body. If you have gained a large amount of weight because of binging over a long period of time, you have most likely developed insulin resistance, which makes it difficult for you to lose weight. You may also be at a higher risk of developing diabetes, stroke, high blood pressure, heart disease, having constant inflammation and pain because your body is not functioning properly. So before you can lose weight, the first thing you need to do is to help your body function properly by adding more nutrients, drinking more water, moving more, and also trying to get a good night's sleep. Now you might be thinking it's easier said than done. But how exactly am I supposed to do this if I'm addicted to all the wrong kinds of foods? It is important to understand that you are not addicted to food. All your cravings for carbohydrates, sugary and fatty foods comes from years of repeating the same eating habits. And having the need to eat in response to your emotional challenges has also been created by your habits. You want to emotionally eat purely because you have been repeatedly responding to your emotions with food. Only by changing your habits, you will be able to change your cravings and your whole lifestyle. You probably do want to be healthy, lose weight and be more active, but you're struggling with desire and motivation to change. Change requires mindfulness and effort to make better food choices even when we don't feel like it. It requires commitment, perseverance and discipline to be more active after years of being sedentary and overweight. And for that reason, it is really important to make these changes gradually. In regards to food, you can start by drinking more water, aiming for 2 liters per day, and ditch the soft drinks. You can start eating regularly without skipping any meals. You can also start adding more fruits and vegetables to each meal. You can start swapping white flour for whole grain bread, rice and pasta. Start adding more protein to each meal, like lean meat, fish, chicken, tofu, beans or dairy. And you can start adding more healthy fats high in omega-3 to each meal, like flax seeds, chia seeds, omega-3 fish oil or walnuts. In regards to exercise, you can start walking and take the opportunity to be more active doing things you enjoy, or even if you just clean your house or do some gardening. You can play with your kids every time they ask you to chase them or fool around. You can find 15 to 30-minute workout or dancing videos on YouTube that you can do at home. Or you can join a gym or group classes if you like to be social and you get a chance to go to the gym. And all of these changes might feel slightly overwhelming, and that is why it's important to add one step at a time until it becomes a habit, and then gradually keep adding another step until your whole life changes. And then all you have to do is repeat these new habits until eating healthy, being active, and losing weight becomes effortless. Now let's cover the other category of people. People who have tried every diet on earth and have been dieting pretty much all their lives. And if this is you, it is time to acknowledge that what you have been doing up until now is not working for you. They might be working for a very small percentage of people, but they are not working for you because you are caught up in a vicious cycle of restriction and binging. Your desperate attempts to control your food intake is only making you think and obsess about food more. And every time you try another diet or a trend, you do well for a while, but then it's a matter of time before you binge again. And as this vicious cycle continues, the amount of time that you are able to stick to a diet decreases and the frequency of your binging increases, and also losing weight becomes more and more challenging. You are going to have to shift your focus on the big picture. Cutting out food groups, drastically reducing calories is not sustainable. It always leads to more binging, which causes weight loss and weight gain, and also issues with insulin resistance, impaired digestion. You are going to end up storing more fat and create more cravings. On the other hand, eating all the food groups that are nutritious, delicious, and satisfying is sustainable forever. And it also leads to no binging, no cravings, weight loss, health, and balance. I know that you are worried about gaining weight if you eat whatever you want. I've done the worrying for over 20 years. I was so afraid of eating carbs and sweets because I thought they were the biggest enemy. I always thought I just had to look at a cake and I would gain weight. But it wasn't the sweets and the carbs that were making me gain weight. It was the dieting and binging. It was the never-ending starvation and deprivation, and then overindulging like there was no tomorrow. Now I have been binge-free for nearly 6 years, and I have been able to eat all the food groups and treats without worrying about gaining weight. And to get to this point, first you need to get through the honeymoon period. When you first allow yourself to have all the forbidden foods, the desire to indulge in them will be high. The honeymoon period is the first time in your life when you are going to allow yourself to have all the foods that you've been labeling as bad. And after you had your share of guilt-free pleasures, the novelty of having these foods wears off. And suddenly those cakes, donuts, and chips won't be as exciting anymore. Knowing that you are allowed to have them anytime you want, you will be able to use your free will to choose to eat them or not. And that is why it is probably better if you put the weight loss on hold and really focus on healing your body, changing from binging and dieting extreme cycles to balance, freedom, and peace. Once the honeymoon period is over and your body starts functioning properly, the weight will start coming off naturally. And transitioning into this new lifestyle, changing the habits, changing the cravings, and developing new ones is exactly what we teach in our mindset and body coaching program. And if you would like to learn more about these strategies, you can watch the next training video which I have prepared for you with the link just below this one. You will also be able to schedule a free strategy call with me where we can talk about your challenges and if I can help you overcome them. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you like the content, give me a thumbs up, or you can subscribe to my YouTube channel where I post weekly training videos just like this one. Thanks again for watching. I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more training videos on how to overcome emotional eating and achieve balance forever.